Book 3, Chapter 17, Dreams. Instead of walking home from school, my dad picks me up. Finnan, we have been asked to visit Mr. Max and Miss Austen. They would like to see us today. Is everything okay? I ask, taken back with my dad's sudden arrival. Yes, Finnan, all is well. They want to share something with us. When we arrive at the facility, the two are waiting in the lobby. Hello, everyone, we say as we enter the room. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Mr. Max says. Please, follow me. He leads us into the room with the painting. Miss Austen is dressed very nicely. She is wearing yellow, and it is very attractive. I notice she has on a brooch similar to the ones that my mom has tucked away in the cabinet. That is a very nice brooch, I comment. Thank you, Finnan. This was a gift from Edward way back when we were young, she replies, rubbing the brooch. I can tell it is meaningful to her. My dad and I are eager to find out why they wish to see us this day. I know you must be wondering why we called a little meeting, Mr. Max says with a soft voice. We are, my dad says with a grin, knowing all is well. Miss Austen and I have been talking, and we have been trying to put some pieces of the puzzle together for you. It appears that there is another brother. Pardon, I say? What do you mean, another brother? Edward had mentioned a brother who was much younger, a brother he had never met. Would this mean that my great-grandfather has a brother he doesn't know? No, Finnan, he would have a nephew that he doesn't know. Miss Austen shares that a long time ago, Edward had mentioned a brother who was an infant when he himself was a young man in his early 20s. This child was born after Edward had left the village. Does this mean Sir's brother still lives in the village? That's just it. After Edward passed, a gentleman came here looking for him. Not knowing who the man was, I didn't say very much. The man wouldn't reveal his name or why he was looking for Edward. The man was very mysterious, Mr. Max says, and he was interested in this painting. Wow, I say, this story is a mystery. My dad ponders. He says, what would he want with the painting? We didn't know, and the man said he would return, but he never has. Yesterday, when we remembered the man being here, we realized that he may be this brother that Edward had never met. Late last night, when all was quiet, Miss Austen and I were curious enough to remove the painting from the wall. Look what we found. Mr. Max goes over to the painting and removes it from the wall. My father stands to help. As he hands the painting to my dad, he turns it upside down to reveal a place that has been written in handwriting on the back. There are also some numbers that don't seem to be of any value. It isn't a phone number or anything. Perhaps it is a code, or maybe it is my imagination getting away from me. My dad studies the handwriting and says, that is Edward's handwriting. It matches the writing in the book. My dad takes down the information. Then he and Mr. Max place the painting back where it belongs. I know Edward lived a quiet life, but he never kept anything from me, Miss Austen says. I believe he wrote on the back of the painting and brought the painting here so that one wouldn't find it in his home if one came looking. I wonder how the man knew to come to this facility. How would he know about you? My dad asks. When the painting was donated a few years back, The facility was so pleased that there was a thank you mentioned in the newspaper. In the article, there was a picture of Edward and myself along with the painting. Our names would have been in the article, and the painting is so very distinctive. It is a masterpiece, my dad says. I had no idea Edward was such a talented painter. I wonder why the man didn't share who he was, I ask, bewildered. Perhaps he wanted to protect the family's heritage. The man wasn't here very long, but from the age difference, we do think he could be Edward's brother. Perhaps when he saw the portrait, it confirmed that it was in fact Edward in the newspaper, therefore confirming Edward's identity. Do you think his family from the village is looking for him now? I ask, my mind wandering all over the place. Dad? I look at my dad. He just knows what I'm going to ask. Would you two like to join us tonight? We are having a celebration to honor Edward, as Friday is our game night, and on occasion he would attend. Edward has left a chest to Finnan, and tonight we are going to find out what it holds. Mr. Max looks at Miss Austen, and they both agree eagerly. We will take a cab there, Miss Austen announces. Would you like to come for supper as well? I pipe up. We are having pizza. Make your own. They smile at me, and it is decided that they will arrive after supper around 7 o'clock. That's perfect, my dad announces. We are pleased you can join us. All the way home, my dad and I are putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Maybe we will find something in the chest that puts everything together. I don't know, Finnan. He is a mystery, the man we know as Sir. We both smile. I hear my heart say, love is the answer. After supper, we help my mom with the dishes, and then we gather into the living room, waiting for our guests' arrival. I keep studying the chest. I am excited, but I am also sad that Sir isn't here for game night. I still don't understand why he would leave me such a valuable gift. I am thankful, and my heart is full, knowing he is an angel to so many. The doorbell rings, and my little brother jumps down from his seat. I'll get the door, he says eagerly. He runs to the door, and he greets the two arrivals with a big smile. Miss Austen touches the side of his cheek. She is wearing gloves like in the old movies, and on top of one glove, she is wearing a large bracelet. She still looks like a movie star. My mom is pleased to see them. We all get up to greet them at the door. As we hang their coats up, my father shows them the way. There it is, Miss Austen says with a soft tone. I haven't seen this old chest in years. It has traveled to many countries. In fact, I think this chest has traveled as much as I have. I used to joke around and tell Edward that if I could fit into the chest, we wouldn't have to purchase a plane ticket for me. Everyone laughs, and we all get settled in. Finn, we will let you do the honor, my dad announces, and he hands me the large key. As he places it into my hand, I can feel the tingling. It is powerful. I just know a treasure is to be found. I insert the key and remember what Sir had said, to turn it towards the window, which meant turn towards the right. I hear the clock-like tick sound, and it opens. I unfasten the other latches and open the lid. It is heavy, just as I remember, and as I open it, I can smell the aroma of pipe smoke. My dad points to the box on top and says, Finnan, that box is for Paige. I hand the box to Paige, and with gentle care she opens it to discover the most magnificent pair of earrings. They have diamonds that sparkle and another colored stone. "These are beautiful," she says, and as she holds them, a tear rolls down her cheek. My dad points to another box that looks very similar to the first one and says, "Finnan, please give that box to your mother." I hand my mum the box. I can see her hands trembling. "He meant so much to me," she says with tears in her eyes. Carefully, she opens the box to discover the biggest bracelet I have ever seen. As she removes it, everyone is overwhelmed by its beauty. Miss Austen places her hand on my mother's knee. "Dear, I know that bracelet was worn by Edward's mother. He had received the bracelet after she passed." My mum sobs into her hands. The bracelet had become much more than an extravagant piece of jewelry. It had become a part of a heritage and something that Sir had deeply treasured. Tiernan sits quietly beside me, wanting to see what is in the bottom. There are a few other boxes. One by one, we open the heirlooms. One by one, we remember all the goodness that Sir has brought to our family. My dad says, "Finnan, in the book, he writes that the treasure is in the bottom." The chest is divided by 2 compartments. With the top layer removed, I pull the wooden divider to see underneath. My heart is racing, pounding really, and as I lift to see the bottom of the chest, it reveals a number of magnificent old books. I lift one out. "Look, Dad, an old book. They're all books." "Finnan, Sir writes to you that a treasure is found in books. Read as much as you can. Find wisdom in the words, and you will always have knowledge." The books are beautiful. Some have gold lettering and others look so worn, like they have been read 100 times. Treasure the gift of reading, Finnan. Treasure the gifts that can be found in a good book, the knowledge shared by others, the adventures and things to learn. Use your imagination and let a book take you to places one can only dream of. My heart is full. Sir has given me a beautiful gift, the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom. He has given me a gift that makes my heart full. As little Tiernan continues to sit quietly, my dad says, "Tiernan, Sir Edward wanted you to have this." Tiernan's eyes focus on my dad's hands, which offer him a box of his own. Using both hands, he takes the box and perches up beside me. He looks at me and whispers, "This is heaven, Finnan." As he opens the box, we notice there is a tiny circus inside with figurines and circus animals. All the pieces appear to be hand-painted and quite extraordinary. The figurines are painted in gold and bright colors, while the elephants are dressed in a variety of bright colors. Tiernan's eyes light up. "It's a circus!" Just then he says, "Thank you, Angel Sir Edward," and touches the vacant spot beside him. Everyone wonders what he is doing. Then he says in his baby talk voice, "Can't you see Sir's angel? He is sitting right here." We all look at each other. No one can see anything except for Tiernan. "Don't you see him?" he asks with a big smile on his face, and before anyone can answer, he says, "Well, he is gone now, but he will be back." We all smile and watch Tiernan Take out each piece of the circus and line all the characters up along the top of the coffee table.